Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for another roundup of what has been an interesting weekend in football. A very interesting weekend indeed. I'm joined by Guna. We'll also have Luke in a bit. And if you want to come and have your say about what's happened this week, check the description out. The link is in the description if you want to come on and have your say. Liam's straight in there saying, yo, Niall. Big up to yourself, mate. Big up to yourself. Fellow Jana. Gotta love it. But Guna, how are we doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Good week for Arsenal, so quite happy.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a win against Newcastle. I mean, we were talking about it in the back about how this is something that Arteta's not been doing much of this year, which is getting these boring 3 points sort of under his belt, and ultimately that's why Arsenal are so far in the table.
Yeah, obviously I'm not the biggest fan of Mikel Arteta. I definitely do still want him to leave with or without the Europa League in our back pocket. But yeah, I mean the way you win a Premier League is not just by beating the top six; it's by also picking up points against your West Broms, your Newcastles, etc. And over the years, we've been really good at picking up points against Newcastle. And to be fair, even this year we still got the 6 points out of 6. So I'm not impressed by any means because it should have been done anyway. But I think it's the most rotations that we've had in the last 3 years or something. So I'm quite impressed by the fact that starting 11 was able to pick up the 3 points.
Yeah, and obviously you talk about rotation. Obviously, do you think David Luiz should have really started this game because now he's got a hamstring injury? So, is that just more poor management by Arteta?
It's so difficult. I did actually say I'd start him only because I want him to get fitness for Thursday. But the one thing that an Arsenal fan like myself can't predict is how fit actually is he to start. That's something that Arteta knew. So if Arteta again, and we've seen this before, which is why I don't know whether to think this is his fault or not. If he knew that he wasn't fit, he shouldn't have risked him. But if he was fully fit, if he was ready to go and he picks up an injury, you can't really blame that on the manager because that's just the unluck of football. But either way, they're saying he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And to be honest, this could be his career at Arsenal over because obviously his contract's ending and I don't know if we're going to re-sign him or not.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll talk about all of that in the Arsenal show tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be an interesting show. Obviously, good evening. That one is coming back to the Emirates. Yeah. Is in a must win game for Arsenal and for Arteta because you screw this up and I think he's finished in a way. But let's start on Friday night. A big game. Sort of would have been a big game if Southampton didn't fall from the grace of God early in the season. But a 1-1 draw. I mean, James Ward-Prowse getting a penalty, but Johnny Evans getting the equaliser. What do you make of that? Obviously, there is that questionable decision from the referee as well in terms of the red card as well.
Again, this doesn't really mean much, I don't think, for Southampton because much like Arsenal, they're pretty much solidified down where they are, which, I mean, they're 16th now, which I thought was a bit mad because at the start of the season, I thought they were going to go on a massive run, but after that 9-0, they kind of just petered off. But this game meant more for Leicester, and they're only now 2 points ahead of Chelsea. And you've got to ask questions of Brendan Rodgers if they bottle this again. Is he really that good of a manager? Because he gets a lot out of them. But it was the same this time period last season. They just bottled it. They just seriously bottled it. And I get they've had injuries, but Iheanacho's on absolute fire. So for me, there's no excuses if they don't finish top 4 this season. And they need to look at possibly even getting a new manager. Because if that's where they want to be, and if he's going to keep bottling it, then they've got to look at getting a new manager.
Well, they're 7 points away from safety per se, so he should do it. He's also had a lot of injuries like he did last time. You think Harvey Barnes is out injured, James Justin is out injured, they've lost Maddison through parts of the season as well. I think it's a little bit about depth. I think it's a depth issue at Leicester.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I see it. Because if you're getting injuries, these top teams, the Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Liverpools, they have that depth. They have that ability of if Bruno gets injured, they've got Donny or something like that. I mean, if Foden gets injured, they've got Mahrez or Sterling. Like the depth in the top teams is there, but Leicester, I don't think they have that. But I don't think they have the money to be doing that. Or do you think they do have the money? They just haven't spent wisely in terms of getting that depth in that squad.
I definitely say that it's the money issue. I think they've actually got the best recruitment system, possibly even in the world, but definitely in the Premier League. You know, they signed Mahrez for £200,000 and they sold him on for 50. They bought Kante for 2 million. He helps carry them to a Premier League title. So their recruitment is wonderful. But for me, they buy developing players, so players that aren't even good enough for to be fringe players. So they need to start just buying some, proven expensive players that they can put in their team. The likes of Fofana, he was a gem. He was nobody expected him to play as well as he is. And this is why Leicester are so good at this, because they find these players and they outperform. But just go and buy some players that can fill in. Even the likes of a Granit Xhaka, I think, at Leicester, as a backup, he could be all right, coming on off the bench every now and then. He's a very fit player. He can stay fit. So just looking at players like of that caliber, people who can stay fit, who can come off the bench, do a little decent job every now and then, and they could definitely, push for possibly even another title if they can get a few more good players in their team.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester, for me, again, Tottenham fans are going to think I'm just being salty, but I class Leicester as a bigger club than Spurs because
they are.
Just look at the history.
Yeah,
Leicester won a league title before Spurs. Leicester are consistently in the top six. Yeah, okay, Europe hasn't been their forte, but they're becoming that big club. They look like they've really broken that top six, which is I don't know if you saw the interview that Brendan Rodgers did, but he said that his job was to break that top six. It was to get in there and unsettle the top six as it was.
Well, he's definitely done it. I mean, I completely agree about the Tottenham thing, and this isn't just coming from an Arsenal fan who's just salty about Spurs. Obviously, I don't like Tottenham, but you've got to ask questions. I get why they're a big six in terms of fans, in terms of the money they earn, but they're not a bigger club than Leicester. They might have more trophies, but Premier League wise, they've never won a Premier League title in the 20 odd years it's been a thing, and Leicester have done that before Tottenham. So for me, Premier League big six, you take out Tottenham, you put Leicester in there, and I get a lot of people say you can't have Arsenal in there, but we've won Premier League titles. We've conquered this league a few times, so we might not be great now, but we've done it at least once.
You certainly have more. You certainly have more about you than Spurs do, for sure. Bert saying I wouldn't want Rodgers. He's a real life David Brent. I don't know who David Brent is. I have no idea who he is. But I'd love to know your support, Bert, because that would be an interesting one. I have a lot of City fans on Twitch. Right, so we're starting to get quite a following on Twitch now, and we seem to have a fair few City fans over there. They don't seem to be on YouTube much. Oh, he's a Spurs fan. Oh, what? I actually think I think Brendan Rodgers does a good job at Spurs, because you look at what Spurs have got. They've got an abundance of good talent within their youth system. Brendan Rodgers is one that will be able to unlock a lot of that. I think players like Dele Alli might even become quite good under Brendan Rodgers. So I think Brendan is a good one, but Brendan don't want to leave Leicester, and you sort of have to ask, well, why would he leave Leicester to go work with Daniel Levy? I mean, this Daniel Levy, no one.
Look at how many managers have rejected Spurs. Ten Hag rejected them. The Wolfsburg manager, Maurizio Sarri, today said that he's going to go to Roma instead. So Tottenham, for me, they're destined to get Scott Parker or Gareth Southgate. And one of those managers will fail at Tottenham. And we all know who it is.
Please be Southgate. Please
I hope it is.
Please be Southgate.
It's a double benefit for me. England get better. Spurs get worse.
Oh, do you want to know how much do you know what? I will say so much good positive stuff about Spurs if you get Southgate. Trust me, I will love you forever if you get Gareth Southgate. Like, I think even Guna might love you for about 5 minutes if you get Southgate, just because he knows that the national squad might actually be able to do something. That would be a good one. I'd definitely.
I'm watching their demise just on the Southgate would be just perfect.
Oh, that would be that. There was times where Southgate was linked to United. That would not have been a good one. Tammy will have a Champions League medal. Look, for me, Chelsea have got a very good chance in the Champions League this year. If you can get past Real Madrid, which why can't you? You're facing two teams who quite like to attack, and Chelsea quite like hitting teams on the counter. So I think if you get City in the final, title's Chelsea's. I think the Champions League goes to Chelsea. If you get PSG, might be a bit more cagey, but that's just because I think Chelsea know how to beat City. But saying Spurs walked away from Ten Hag talks. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe it was a bit of walking.
I don't think that's true. Ten Hag would have been perfect for Tottenham. Again, like you said, he's great at youth players. He's great at working under a poor budget. That for me is just Tottenham trying to cover their back. Because he wasn't going to go to Tottenham, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, and Ten Hag also signed a new contract to Ajax. So
yeah, exactly.
I think that might have been a signal of I'm all right, thanks. If Southgate went to Spurs, the fans would tear the stadium down. Geez, you've only just built it. Come on.
Wait, you mean the 40 fans that went to the protest?
Yeah, that. Look, I appreciate, I understand everyone's point of view of protesting. I think Argyle had a bigger protest than that when we had Japanese owners, but I won't tease you too much. But saying Leicester bigger than Arsenal, I think the same could be said about Leicester being bigger than Spurs.
Right now, yeah. But again, in history terms, in Premier League history terms, nowhere near.
It's a different one, isn't it? But saying Ajax triggered his contract extension. Interesting. That is an interesting one. I didn't think he had an extension.
My question is, which of the three are on the Nexus account? Is it either Will, Prime, or Andrew? And which one is it? We'll have to figure it out by the opinions they give.
He said Tammy, so it definitely ain't Andrew. I know that much. I think again, Prime is gonna be like, why are you assuming it's me? But I just feel like it's Prime again. I do feel like it's Prime. TJ saying, "Sup lads, big up to yourself, TJ." Haven't seen you before, I don't think so. Big up to yourself. If you are new though, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Plenty of things to discuss this week anyway. So moving on, Man City thought they won the league title this weekend, only for United fans to invade the Old Trafford pitch. Pep was talking about champagne on ice. That champagne's been put back in the fridge, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I see a bunch of City accounts saying that Man United only protested to stop City winning the league, but I think that's just obviously a good bit of banter. But yeah, I mean, City played well, especially obviously Palace. I have to give props to Palace. The first 45 minutes, they were really good. Scott Dan really impressed me the whole game. The way he was just shutting out Aguero was pretty mad, but eventually City are going to break it down. But as an Arsenal fan, the one thing I like to see was City played two left-footed centre-backs. Obviously kept a clean sheet, and there's this common myth that you can't play two left-footed centre-backs together, and once again, Pep Guardiola has to prove every single person wrong, but yeah, they were good, man. They're going to win the league. They're too unstoppable, and I said this, with a proper striker, they are going to be so difficult to unhinge from the top of the... I think if they don't win it this season, they're winning the Champions League next season, if they get a Haaland or a Kane, because they're just going to be too good. They're unstoppable.
Certainly a shout. I do have to just say that apparently the Premier League is still looking into him for FFP. So God knows what they're going to do with them there. And also, I don't know if Chelsea will win the league. City will win the league next weekend because they've got Chelsea. That ain't going to be no easy game, that's for sure. But saying most Arsenal fans were unemployed, the protest gave them an opportunity to keep warm for a couple of hours. I know loads of Arsenal fans at work.
I mean, yes, there
You
probably
can-
are more. There probably are more unemployed Arsenal fans than Tottenham because we have more fans than you. So, by that logic, yes, there are probably quite a few unemployed Arsenal fans right now.
I think back to the Arsenal fans I know. I know a fair few that work.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Yeah, there's unemployed people in every fan base, and to be fair, talking about unemployment whilst we've also been in the midst of a pandemic, it's
true.
not the greatest. I mean, lots of people have lost their jobs over the pandemic. But next up, Brighton versus Leeds. What do you make of that game?
Shocker, absolute shocker. To be honest, I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm shocked that Leeds lost in the way they did. You know, they barely even attacked Brighton. They were struggling to get forward. But I've said it about Graham Potter. This guy is such a good manager. The way that Brighton play, if they had better finishers, they would be at least top 8, at least.
Yeah.
You know, they've got Danny Welbeck up front. that kind of says it all, doesn't it? But, I mean, he scored, so you know, I can't say much this week. But, yeah, it just proves that Brighton, if Graham Potter goes to a top 6 team, he probably could succeed, you know. And this is why I've said this. I would take him at Arsenal, not as a first choice, but if he's the only one available and it means getting rid of Arteta, I'm definitely taking that.
I've said this for so many months now. Potter's way he plays football, he just doesn't have strikers, right? He just doesn't have a clinical striker. You give Graham Potter a clinical striker and a team that can do what he wants them to do. Oh my Lord, that is going to be a very good team. So this myth of he's at Brighton, or they look at his goals, or why is he not sort of further up the league with Brighton? That's just lazy. That's just lazy sort of punditry and comments, really, because at the end of the day, Graham Potter is a superb manager. You put a Graham Potter in a Tottenham, I think Tottenham turn into a really good football inside.
With Harry Kane.
Graham Potter meets absolutely everything Spurs require in a manager. Can develop youth, can play nice attacking brand of football, and will get them results. I think Potter to Spurs is a good shout.
I hope not. But yeah, as a neutral, definitely. I mean, again, I think Scott Parker's very similar. This myth that, because he manages Fulham, he has to be a bad manager. It's not the case. You know, you can be a good manager with bad players. We've seen it many a times. So, Graham Potter, mate, I see him going. He'll be a top 6 manager within the next 5 years. And when he proves to everybody that he's actually a very good manager, I'm just going to be sat here laughing because I've said it for time.
Yes, so will I, and I'll expect all the apologies. But
we
might as well talk to you about another London club, but this time it's 2 London clubs. Obviously, we had the Chelsea-Fulham game. This game pretty much putting that final nail in the coffin for Fulham now. They look a dead cert to go down.
Yeah. I said just before the Arsenal-Fulham game that I thought that Newcastle would be going down and Fulham staying up, but it's not really gone well for Fulham, has it? I mean, even against Arsenal, they were just awful, and they've carried that form on. I mean, Chelsea were always going to win, let's be totally honest, but Kai Havertz, that guy, I disrespected him, and I have to eat the humble pie because he's an absolute baller. The way that guy moves around, the way, you know, just the skill he brings to it. Like, he's so cheeky with the ball, and within the net, he scares me. Seriously, he scares me because Arsenal need that attacking midfielder, and Chelsea have got one in Kai Havertz. United have got Bruno. City have got De Bruyne. You know, Arsenal need one. We really need one of those kind of characters in our team. But yeah, they were really good. Yeah. Again, Kai Havertz easily impressed me. Probably player of the week, if, you know, that's kind of what we do. Easily. Yeah. Very good.
What do you make of Werner?
Oh, God. I mean, he got an assist, didn't he, I think? Or I don't know if they gave him the assist or not, but oh my days. I mean, look, the miss at Real Madrid kind of put his, for me, I always said that, yeah, he's been bad, but he has something about him. But that miss against Madrid really put the last nail in the coffin. But I think a lot of Chelsea fans are beginning to see it as well, that he's just not, he's not what they need. They need to move on from him already.
He's, for me, I've always said he's more of an inside forward than he is a striker.
Yeah.
Because he can then get those assists. He's quite good at getting an assist. Like, he's actually fairly decent. It's one of the things he's quite good at. Obviously, don't forget, if he gets fouled in the box and gets a penalty, that's also an assist. So he's had a few of them. So let's not overhype his assist too much. But I do think that him being an inside forward on the left, cutting on in is right. But I think for Chelsea, the way they need to line up really is probably Mount, Havertz, and Pulisic.
Yeah. Again, the disrespect that Mount got at the start of the season from Chelsea fans, I thought was a bit mad because he's a really good footballer.
Yeah.
And Pulisic.
It's because he's not called Mason Mountaineer.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's English, isn't he? So no one ever likes him. But luckily Grealish got past that. But it took him a good year or two for people to realise how good he was. But yeah, and then Pulisic, obviously Captain America. I give him a lot of stick, deservedly so as well, because he was so overhyped and the money they paid for him. But now that if he can stay fit, he will be really good because he's a very good footballer. But it's those injuries that are going to keep dragging him back.
Yeah, it's another one of them things of he's a really good player, but he just can't stay fit, and we've seen that so many times, haven't we, where a player's been so good, but they've just not been able to stay fit. I mean, Welbeck was a fairly good player, just got loads of injuries.
Wilshere's probably the biggest example. Easily could have been one of the world's best and dragged back.
He was such a good player as well. He was such a talent. And just injuries destroyed him. Walcott probably could be put in the same bracket as well. Although
Ramsey,
Walcott's
if you want to
Ramsey
as well.
I wouldn't say Ramsey was injury plagued. He just had that one really bad injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
Same with Luke Shaw. But obviously we'll get into United and we'll figure out what we can even talk about that game, because what a game, mate! What a game at Old Trafford this weekend. Quite a few overhead kicks. One in the Stretford end. I do know that much. Yeah. The what a goal though! What a goal at Old Trafford though in the Stretford end. How he managed to get that overhead kick over Alisson, I'll never know. But I mean, Shaw, he obviously had a horrific double leg break, and the way he's managed to get himself back to where he is now is full credit to Luke Shaw and to Ollie, because I'm sure we've all remember the comments of Jose going, Luke Shaw's playing with his body, my mind. It's like, that's a bit disrespectful, Jose. You weren't a left back. But he's another one that you could add into that, obviously. But he also had blood clots. Not many people know that. He had blood clots when he broke his leg as well, like through the healing. So he could have lost his leg. So the fact that he's gone through all of that mentally to even get back on the football pitch and to be performing where he is, huge credit to the lad. But the last game on Saturday was actually Everton versus Villa. Now, Villa getting the win, obviously. El Ghazi getting the winning goal in the 80th minute. What did you make of that?
Well, I have a massive love for Carlo Ancelotti. So I hate seeing him lose, unless it's Arsenal beating him, obviously. I'll always want an Arsenal win. But I'd definitely still take him. But he's just, I don't know what it is. They started off so strong and they were the dark horse for top 6, top 4. And recently they're kind of petering off, and it's looking likely that they might not even get the top 7. If Liverpool can win a couple more games and keep above them, then but I don't know what it is about the Everton team. I think there's just certain areas that are so weak that they're struggling. The likes of right back, I think Coleman needs to be replaced. Obviously Sigurdsson's not that great anymore, and Gomez as well. I don't rate him. So if they can just get those few more players, and I think obviously Doucouré was a massive part of that team. and he's been injured for a while. So next season, if they can get those replacements with the likes of Coleman, maybe get a new attacking midfielder, and obviously keep the likes of Doucouré and these kind of players fit, then with Ancelotti, definitely they can push for that top 6. But Villa, yeah, they're just that team, innit? Like you think they're better than they are. Like they're 10th, and I expected them to be higher than that, but they're so good. Watkins is goal scoring right now.
Do you think Grealish's injury has hurt Villa a bit?
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, they lost a couple of games, but I think they're beginning to learn how to play without him. They're gonna have to learn how to play without him.
Yeah.
If they rely on him that much, what if they sell him? You know, what if he gets a massive injury or something along those lines? So I think, again, Everton was a great test, and they've obviously overcome it. So they're learning how to play without him, which is what they need to do.
100%. Just saying, shut up, they have Iwobi, they're set for life. What a player what a player is Iwobi. What a player. But Villa, they're currently 10th. With a game in hand over, obviously, you lot, they could jump above you, which would probably be a nightmare for Arsenal and for Arteta. But judging from what they had last season with how poor they were, this is just a huge improvement and a step up from where they were.
It's a bit mad, really, because a lot of people predicted them to go down, obviously get relegated, but obviously, again, they've overcome that, and a lot of people were expecting Sheffield to be where Aston Villa are now, and obviously the tables have turned and Sheffield are going down, but I don't really know what it is. I don't think Watkins has made that big a difference to push them that far, and obviously the likes of Traore who've come in, they've done all right, but I think they just gelled as a team. You know, Grealish was really spurring them on. El Ghazi started to do, you know, he's played quite well this season, and I think, I hate to say it, but Martinez has properly improved that team.
I was about to say, you say Ollie Watkins isn't the one that's pushed them up that far. I agree with that, because I actually think Emi Martinez is the reason that they've been as good as they are, because he has been superb all season, really.
Yeah, and again, I hate to say it because I wanted to keep both him and Leno, and right now, I don't know if you've seen the Arsenal news, but Leno wants to leave. The fans are upset with him, and we're stuck without a goalkeeper, where we could have had Emi Martinez, who, you know, could be, and I think he has been, the Premier League's best this season. Because Edison's been great, but that's more of a praise to Diaz and these kind of players. But Emi Martinez, who's in a 10th place team, the record that he's got, the numbers that he's getting, it's mad. It's really mad.
He's a bit like Nick. He's a bit like Nick Pope, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a top quality goalkeeper, because you look at who he's with.
Yeah.
Pope with Burnley and Martinez with Villa. But now, for me, Emi Martinez really improving that Villa side. Everton, a little bit more work needed for Everton and to really push them up. But the man of the hour, it's okay, Luke. We haven't discussed Arsenal yet, so you can have that joy. We were just talking Villa and Everton and how much Emi Martinez has been such a vital part to Villa's squad and is one of the reasons why they're sort of 10th and not in the relegation zone.
I think he has to be a candidate for one of the signings of the window, to be honest. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. When I saw we were selling him, I was absolutely gutted, because I think in every aspect of the game he's a better keeper than Bernd Leno, so I didn't really understand the decision, to be quite frank. But I mean, to be honest, this game was really a battle of the keepers, because I thought Pickford was actually just as good for Everton, to be fair. He made some cracking saves. But yeah, I don't know. It's just Everton just after about 60 minutes just kind of didn't seem up for it. And to be fair to Villa, I thought Watkins, you know, he showed that he's a quality striker. You know, a lot of people doubt when a striker comes from the Prem to the Championship. I mean, Championship to the Prem, you know, if they're going to succeed. And I think he's done very well. But I mean, yeah, this was a very entertaining game. I thought either team could have won it, but what a finish from El Ghazi to get the 3 points for Villa.
Yeah. 100%. Obviously, make sure you are liking the video and you're subscribing. Get your comments in. we want to hear from you. And for the first time ever, we've got 3 Arteta outers in one stream. It's brilliant knowing my fellow Arteta outers. If Saul's ever sees this and he sees me saying this, he's gonna hurt me. Um, what was it? Me and Saul's had an argument on the Arsenal show. What was it about? Oh, it was about Leno, and I said, I was like, should have sold Leno and not Martinez. He's like, with hindsight, and I was like, nah, I was saying it at the time, and he sort of had a go at me. He was like, nah, Leno wasn't that bad, and I'm like, yeah, but Martinez was just better. Like, I'm just generational in my ability to scout good players. So if any top team wants me, I'm always available. But the timing of Luke coming in is perfect because we're just about to make our way to Sunday. Now, St James's Park, Arsenal actually won 2-0. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but your goal scorers were Mohamed El Neni and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which is something I don't think I've ever said in the Premier League ever, because, well, Mohamed El Neni has never scored in the Premier League. I mean, a very good professional performance from you lot.
Yeah, I thought, I said it was a boring game, but we got the points, which I guess is all that matters. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really like that asked about it because I think the Premier League just dead rubber games now. If I'm being completely honest, I'm a little bit annoyed because we've just lost David Luiz for Thursday. I'm pretty sure, which was a key player that we needed back for Thursday. So in that sense, I guess I can be critical of Arteta and the fact I don't know why he's brought back Luiz this early, but listen, it was a disciplined performance. I thought we were pretty comfortable. Newcastle didn't look like threatening us. There were a few players that had good games. I thought Martinelli was good. I thought Bellerin was decent. Gabriel was quite good. Again, I thought Xhaka was a massive risk leaving him on the whole game on a yellow card against St. Maximin. I thought that was a risk, but luckily didn't get sent off, so it's not too bad. But yeah, 2 great goals, to be honest. I thought the ball from Martinelli for Aubameyang's goal was inch perfect. The finish was, he had to do a lot to get it in. And Elneny's finish, it's another goal from outside the box. I think that means every Arsenal goal he scored has come from outside the box, which is an interesting stat. But yeah, no complaints here because we didn't lose and we kept a clean sheet. So
yeah, and Elneny making a point for being picked on Thursday night because he also loves competition in Europe. He loves a good goal in Europe as well. So Elneny starting against Villarreal. I mean, you can't play Ceballos, which I suppose is a positive for Arsenal fans, and a positive for Arteta. But Guna, what do you make of the Newcastle performance?
Well, Newcastle were dreadful, and again, I think it's really harsh that Fulham have to get relegated. They've been quite bad as well, but they've had those spurts where they've been really good. Whereas Newcastle, Steve Bruce doesn't deserve to stay in the Premier League. Mike Ashley doesn't either. Like, Newcastle fans would agree. I think they would take a relegation if it means getting Mike Ashley out, but they've got to stick with him for another year at least. But Arsenal, we were good. But what recently I've thought a bit about why we scored today. Against Newcastle, obviously, and why we haven't scored a lot recently. And the one thing that I realised that the difference was Matt Ryan. I find it really funny how with Matt Ryan in goal, we score goals. We might not win every game, but we score more. We have more fight about us. We always start stronger. Whereas with Leno, we never do. And I think that's because Leno doesn't push the players on. He doesn't obviously kick the ball long. He's very poor at kicking the ball. And I think we just look worse with him. And there's a clip of Matt Ryan communicating in Spanish with Gabriel to push him forward. So I think the goalkeeping issue at Arsenal is bigger than a lot of people expect. And I think Emi Martinez will go down as the worst sale of Arsenal Football Club. I think it'll be worse than Gnabry because we're seeing it. Aston Villa looks so good. We look so poor. And the issues just always go back to that goalkeeping position. So for me, Mikel Arteta getting rid of Martinez and the likes of Edu and everyone involved needs to seriously take a look at themselves because it was just the wrong decision. But El Neni getting a goal, man, just proves how poor we are, doesn't it? Like when El Neni has to score a goal. Just proves how poor we are.
Yeah, I hear that. What did you make of the red card for Newcastle? Do you think that was a Stonewall red?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean,
Steve Bruce seemed a bit confused why it was a red card.
This guy, man, he just makes me laugh every time I see his face. Seriously, he's such a mug. If you seriously don't believe that studs up in the back of the leg where there's no protection isn't a red card, get out. Get out the game, man. Seriously.
such an unnecessary tackle in the last minute.
Exactly.
When your team's lost the game. Just give it a rest.
Yeah, I mean, I do hear that. I do hear that. Definitely. But yeah, it's certainly one of them. There was apparently some questions of Xhaka, should he have been sent off? I mean, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think the most surprising thing about this game was the fact we had 19 shots, which was we don't that's a lot of shots for Arsenal Football Club to have. A lot of fans I saw were tweeting that their confusion that how we had this many shots, but I mean, I think we will it's what happens. It's not gonna have. We're not gonna have this many shots on Thursday, so I think we have to learn to be a bit more clinical, because against the poorer teams we can afford these shots, but Villarreal is not gonna let us have 19 shots or whatever it is. I mean, to be honest, I think I don't really care about this game. I obviously watched it and I celebrated when we scored, but I wasn't really too fussed about the game. I was kind of more interested in just preserving players for Thursday. Like Luiz, I didn't want him to play today because I didn't want to risk him for Thursday. I'm not too sure what Mikel Arteta is going to do on Thursday, but there are going to be a few selection headaches because the attack is. The one thing with us is we have a very good attack, and the fact that there's multiple options. I mean, we have Saka, Pepe, Martinelli, Aubameyang. If he's fit, then we have Lacazette up there. You don't know who you're playing, number 10, Smith Rowe, Odegaard. So, I mean, you don't even know who you're going to play left back.
If you're Arteta, you're playing with a false nine, aren't you?
If he does it again, then he has to be sacked on the spot. Before the game even kicks off, you have to sack him. I don't even care. I'm not sitting through 90 minutes of no striker again. It just doesn't work.
I do hear that. This saying, Guna Express already knows what I think about Arteta. I think he's out of his depth, but I don't really see a point in screaming Arteta out. But I actually think he wanted to keep Martinez. I don't blame him for the Martinez saying.
He's the reason on Martinez left. He literally chose Leno.
Yeah.
He literally said,
should have just sat Leno. That's what I'd have done. I'd have just sacked him.
Or just sack Arteta.
Yeah.
Or that one. But we obviously need to talk about a huge result at Old Trafford between United and Liverpool. What a performance from all 22 players that were on the pitch. Luke, is that a tactical masterclass from Ollie, or is that a tactical masterclass from Jurgen not having this game on?
I think it's tactical genius from Ole. He's encouraged the fans to get on that pitch and cancel the game, which means City can't win the league this weekend. There's not a chance that City win the league, to be honest. I think he's encouraged them to go out there on that pitch and show passion. There was even a bicycle kick scored, which was fair enough to United.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that finish. What a finish in the Stretford end with that bicycle kick! I don't think I'll see many better.
I'm a fan of it. I'll be honest. I like that a lot. Shows the pure talent on display in that fan base.
It's just pure shit house. It's just shit housery, isn't it? Like they're all protesting, and there's just two guys in the corner, just bicycle kicking in the Stretford end, like the shit house.
I love the amount of there was some of the people that were there were literally 12-year-olds running around swearing at the cameras.
Did you see the kid who climbed up the goal?
Yeah, and
he fell off.
Yeah, someone booted the ball at him. Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah, when he was getting off, and he forgot he was climbing down the net, and went to put his foot in it, and just fell flat on his face.
So
I think we can start to see the funny side of it now. Obviously, at the time, it was like, Jesus, United, what the hell are you doing? the first I had heard of it, I was doing a Formula One watch along with Charles and Chris, and someone just says, yeah, they're on the United pitch. I'm like, you are joking, right? It's like, why are they on the pitch? Someone explain.
It was pretty funny, to be fair.
But what do you make of Graham Souness's comments about how he could have died with the beer can?
I didn't see them, to be fair. I didn't see.
Basically, Graham Souness was like, there was a full beer can lobbed at us. Imagine if that hit you on the temple, I could have died. Then he was like, I could have been scarred for life by the flare.
I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't blame Pogba for the whole thing.
Yeah, I said that. I can't remember if I said it on the stream or if I said it sort of like in the back. But I was like, I'm surprised he hasn't blamed Bruno yet. Pogba, I mean.
Yeah,
he's just
he'll go. Oh, where's Pogba stopping the fans from getting into the stadium?
He's just a wetty, isn't he? Like, you know, I get what the media are trying to do. They're trying to portray fans as horrible thugs, and yes, some of them were. And the policeman that got his eye cut, then that's where you say that's too much. That's where a protest isn't okay. But like the thing about the flares, do people realise that in Argentina, Boca Juniors versus River Plate, the fans literally whip out flares the whole match. Like it's a flare. It's not going to kill you. Like, at the end of the day, it was thrown on the pitch. Just move away from it. It's not hard. And you should be wearing a mask anyway. So, I don't know why you're complaining.
Yeah.
I do hear that. Diz saying, he said he wanted to keep both, though. I see it differently. Man didn't want to fight with the number one shirt. Leno was good for the whole season, and Emmy was like 11 games. He didn't deserve it, the number one.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, whoever the better player is deserves the number one shirt, and Martinez is quite clearly.
Can I just say he's worded that exactly like Saul's. Saul's, have you got a burner account by any chance?
I can assure you, Dizzy is his own person. He's free vibes.
I'm fairly certain that the only reason he literally said that he kept Leno because Leno's been here for like the longest amount of time, and that's his number one, which at the time I guess fair enough, but I still disagree with the decision to let go of Martinez, especially for 17 million.
Yeah, and I suppose in hindsight you look at that and you're like, okay, that was a bit of a bad decision to make, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But Mystic Wolf saying Glazers out. Yeah, I do agree with you. Azers out. Conke out. Enik out. FSG out. Excuse me, don't compare me to nobody. Man's trying to disrespect me. Nah, it's just you and Sauls literally say it exactly in the same way. It was like, so yeah, that's sort of how I see it there. A big up to the extra 2 subscribers we gained in just this show. We love to see it. We do love to see it. But if you are new, as I say, please do leave a like on the video. Subscribe. We're 8 away from 250. Be mega if we can hit that soon. Absolutely mega. Aiming for 300 by the end of the month. So that would be decent. But your North London rivals, they destroyed Sheffield United 4-0. Gareth Bale. What a player.
Yeah, he did absolute bits for my fantasy Premier League team, to be fair. Got me 18 points. But it was just funny because they won 4-0 and Kane wasn't involved in any of them, which is genuinely surprising. Like, you'd expect him to have scored 2 and got like an assist, but he wasn't involved at all. But I mean, this night was all about Gareth Bale. What a player. Like, I don't think he'll ever be able to reach the heights he was at before. I mean, he's still a good player, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't think he's that Gareth Bale that he was late Tottenham days, Madrid days. I don't think he can ever reach them heights again when you've had a break from football for that long. But whether he's going to go back to Spurs permanently or I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest. I can't imagine him wanting to go back, to be honest. Yeah. Unless they get a serious manager, it doesn't really seem like the type of club I'd want to go back to.
I can only imagine why you wouldn't want to go back there. But Kuna, what did you make of Spurs running riot against Sheffield United?
Expected. Spurs might be the worst team to ever grace the planet, etc., etc. But yeah, Sheffield United were never going to do anything against Spurs. Yeah, Gareth Bale, incredible, but you've got to question it, and you really like, why is he doing it against Sheffield United, but no one else? Like, is that his level now? Is that who he can perform against? And yeah, he's never going to be the Gareth Bale that we all once knew. So I see him going back to Madrid and then being sold to maybe like a American team, something like that.
I think he goes back to Spurs. I do. Wolf saying Elon Musk to United. Dizzy saying Gareth Southgate 2021, Southgate for Spurs. Absolutely love it. Wolf saying, do you think Gareth Bale will go back to Madrid once his loan is up, or Tottenham will buy him? He is not going back to Madrid. They're still going to have Zidane next season, and we all know that relationship is long gone.
Soured up.
So, do you think he'll go back to Spurs?
Don't know. No. The thing is with Gareth Bale is his wages is what will always be like put a club off. Spurs are paying like 300k a week from now, and he's only turning up against the small clubs. Like, I don't really.
Hey, maybe if they get Ryan Mason permanently, it might just.
No, I hope they want Sean Dyche. To be fair, like if they get Sean Dyche, then oh my goodness gracious me, I will never take that club seriously ever again.
I love Sean Dyche, but to go from Jose to fucking Sean Dyche, that is something different. Wolf saying Guna Express sounds like Gary Neville. I'm not sure that's a compliment or not. Being an Arsenal fan,
someone said that in a stream that I was on earlier. I don't know if it was the same guy, but I don't think it was.
What, you sound like Gary Neville?
I don't know why.
I don't really get Gary Neville vibes from you, but each to their.
I was going to say.
Each to their own. Dizzy saying, yeah, Gary Neville on drugs.
I think a factor in Bale's to Spurs will be if Kane leaves or stays, because I don't think Bale will want to go to Spurs.
Or should he go now?
I think Kane's gone in the summer. To be honest, I can't see Kane staying. What is there to? What does he have left at Spurs? They say every year this is our year to win a trophy. Win one, win it. It's not like.
Do you not think working under Sean Dyche might entice Harry Kane to stay?
I think that's the only way he's staying at that club. If Sean Dyche comes in and says, "Listen, mate, I can't promise you trophies, but I can promise some cracking football."
Look, I can't assure you trophies, but I can assure you full Brexit FC mode. We are playing a full 4-4-2, mate.
He's going to try and have to convert Son into a target man.
Hold on, wouldn't you try and convert Harry Kane to a target man?
I guess, but nah.
That's how they've been working this season. You've got Harry Kane.
He'd buy Chris Wood.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. He'll get Chris Wood in to do the job.
Oh, what? And then put Son on the wing.
On the left.
Son's
in that left midfield.
Left winger now.
Yeah,
Son, you're left midfield now. Or what's that, boss? Is that left wing? Nah, mate. Nah. Halfway line for you, buddy.
Yeah, not that attacking, mate.
Jesus, my Brexit ball don't accept you being any higher than the halfway line. Don't be ridiculous. Wolf saying, call me crazy, but I think Nuno would be a great manager for Spurs. I think he'd be quite good.
I don't
know. I'm not play a free at the back.
Well, that is, to be fair, if they get Nuno in, Doherty might become a good player again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's very true.
I don't know. I've not actually been massively convinced by Nuno, to be honest, because I feel like it's kind of what happened with Villa in a way, that they lost Grealish and they've been pretty awful. Same with Wolves, they lost Jimenez and they've been pretty poor. So I'm just not majorly. I think he's a good manager. I'm just not majorly convinced by him that he's like a top manager.
Yeah. No, I do hear that. I do hear that. And then the games today, obviously, West Brom and Wolves finishing 1-1.
Yeah, I didn't. I watched the second half. It was a pretty boring game, to be honest. Nothing of merit. West Brom are down. Wolves, Wolves are probably like what 15th or something like that. 14th. It wasn't
I'll have a
really.
look for you.
Wasn't
Fabio
really.
Silva getting a goal there.
Yeah, apparently it was like a absolute
Oh,
fluke goal.
Wolves are 12th. We're 12th.
Are
You've
they?
just disrespected the whole of Wolverhampton, mate. How do you feel
Well,
about
You can have a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
I have some
angry
Brummy
brummies coming for you.
Yeah, I have some Brummy madmen in my DMs later.
that? It's okay. Luke will love it. Wolf saying Kane to United. Here we go soon. No.
He's going. He'll go like PSG or something.
Nah, he's gonna go to Arsenal, mate.
I hope
I
so.
swear
I'll
that
fucking
kid wore
take
an
it.
Arsenal shirt, didn't he?
Yeah, I'll take it. Listen, all I'm gonna say. If Harry Kane wants to come back to his boyhood club, I'll have no objections to that at all.
Really, I wonder why. But
You can
Guna,
play
what
back
have
up
you?
to Nketiah.
Nah. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Nketiah
say
can
back.
teach him all he knows.
No one's
What
ever
did
back up to Nketiah.
Luke? What the fuck did you just say?
Harry Kane is going to be Nketiah's understudy next season.
I
Telling you
don't
right here, right now.
fucking know. That is absurd.
That's a
But
mad
Guna,
statement.
what have you
Factual
made of
information.
West Brom and Wolves drawing?
Some sort of derby in it. One of them.
Yeah, Black
useless
Country
Black
derbies.
Country.
Yeah, that's it. To be honest,
Useless derby.
I watched a bit
Fucking
of
hell.
it and I literally just lost interest very quickly. Very Sam Allardyce performance, really.
No.
We need to try and survive, so we're going to play really boring and still not win.
Can I just say I don't like Sam Allardyce football? It's a bit.
It's
too.
I
awful.
don't think anyone likes Sam Allardyce football.
Yeah, you're not meant to like it. Like you're meant to just do it so you can survive relegation.
It's not worth this time, but maybe
Oh, yeah.
it was too soon to get him to do that. But no, the obviously a game going on right now is obviously Burnley West Ham currently 2-1 to West Ham. Do you expect them to win?
Yeah, I think it will finish 3-1. To be honest, can see West Ham grabbing a third.
No,
Are Burnley
fair
safe?
Yeah, safe.
Yeah, I don't think. Can't see Burnley being in it. They literally conceded straight after going 1-0 up. So I'm pretty sure
you gotta love it. But we are going to do team of the week in just a second. Wolf saying Kane going to Arsenal, laughing my ass off. That's like leaving America for Somalia. Fuck it.
Well, would he win trophies for Somalia? Because he'd win trophies at Arsenal. I'm telling you that right now. Just would not win trophies in America.
Oh my god. I think he means there to live, but I hear that.
Mate, Somalia's quality.
Wolf is saying, I honestly hope Spotify buys your club. We need toxic owners out of football. I'm sure they have the same.
Our owners aren't even toxic. They're just wank.
Yeah, not wrong.
I mean, that's a fair one. Velvishwan in the comments as well. But we're about to do team of the week. If you want to get involved, the link is in the description if you want to join the stream to have your say. But it's a 4-3-3, right? So we don't do none of this Brexit bullshit. And we play with one DM. So who is your goalkeeper for the weekend?
I'm going with Jordan Pickford. I thought he was. No, you have to. Listen. The reason being is he was absolutely fucking brilliant against Villa. I thought he was absolutely quality.
You just said that.
Listen, I'm gonna praise a player when they have a good game. Like
man just said Pickford.
Pickford was absolutely class.
You didn't just say Pickford, did you?
Say the same Pickford that just lost.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not his fault that Calvert-Lewin is an absolute donkey.
Velv is saying Mendy. That's a shout.
No, that guy can just. He played against Fulham. Like, come on, it's Fulham. Like, they have no attacking threat.
I mean, Alisson for Liverpool did all right.
Yeah. Sat in the hotel.
Who could you have?
I mean, I'd maybe say Matt Ryan is a good shout. I mean, obviously he
That's
didn't do
a
much
shout.
goalkeeping wise. Martinez.
Do you know what?
obviously played
Yeah,
well.
okay. I'll change my vote to Matt Ryan because I actually thought he was quite good.
Right,
it was so
there we go.
refreshing to watch my goalkeeper claim a cross. That was so beautiful to watch.
I could back Matt Ryan.
I'm going Matty Ryan.
Oh, why am I
The thing
putting
is we're both Arsenal fans, so I mean, I'm just here to say we can just throw Arsenal players in there left, right, and centre.
Yeah, we could just be annoying like that.
Velvish Wansling, Guna, who drew against Fulham. You lost to Fulham. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All saying, do you think Pickford one day could be a goalkeeper for a big club? Will he stay at Everton all of his career?
I think Everton is his level, though. That's the problem. Like, that's the type of club he should be playing for. No big club wants a keeper that's prone to mistakes.
No.
Well, you say that. We've got one.
We don't want him, though. We want him to leave. That's the thing.
Yeah, we do now. We didn't, like, a month ago.
Yeah, but that's because we're just a dead club, innit? We're just a joke club at the moment.
Yeah, true.
The way our club's going is just tragic.
Obviously, as you said, Velv, Guna, who drew against Fulham.
Who lost against Fulham again, sorry.
Yeah,
Velv,
that was an absolute defensive
Velv, you just absolutely walked yourself right into that one, mate, you donut. Velv is there like, shit. He's like, I bet you the minute he wrote that and then pressed send, he went, shit. We lost to them. But you gotta love Velv.
Yeah.
Dizzy saying,
what the fuck did I do?
Luke is such a big poo. What's Luke done now? Like, what's Luke done to deserve being called a poo?
I swear that's like your favourite insult, Dizzy.
I'm just here.
Velv saying, actually McCarthy of Southampton.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
Well, even if I wanted to go for, do you know what? I'll give my vote to I was about to say Mick McCarthy. Then I'll give it to McCarthy. Yeah,
Mick,
but I've still been outvoted. I've still been outvoted by the two Arsenal boys. Vel saying Saints were down to 10 men against Leicester and got a draw. Wolf is saying Luke is cool.
Oh, thanks, man. That's the type of energy I like to see in the comments. Not just negativity.
but let's. Who are we going for right back?
Not Hector Bellerin.
No. Cancelo. Thought Cancelo was quite good. Thought he had a decent little game.
Yeah, I mean Bellerin is reason, or one of the reasons why you got to go.
Oh wait, no. There's actually one winner, Sergio Aurier. He was actually quality again.
Yeah, I was going to say he got 2 assists, didn't he? He was good.
But it's still, listen, for Sergio Aurier standards, 2 assists is a very good return.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, so Guna,
Sergio Aurier.
Right, Sergio Aurier goes in. Watching from Canada. Big up to yourself, mate. Big up to yourself. That I do like Canadians. They are better than Americans. I find Americans are more humble. Not Americans. Canadians are more humble, and Americans are more arrogant.
That's because the Canadians used to be British, so they learn our qualities.
Yeah, big up the Canadians. Gotta love them. Dizzy saying, he a poo.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Luke is getting emotional. Vel saying right back Sergio Aurier. Oh, there you go then. 2 centre backs. Who are you going for?
David Luiz. David Luiz has to be one of them. Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say either one of the either of the Arsenal centre backs. I thought they were quality, and Salisu is a shout, but I was gonna go for Adam Webster. I thought Adam Webster had a quite a good game for Brighton on Saturday against Leeds. Big win for him. So I'm going Webster and Luiz.
Who? Oh, yeah. Webster and Louise. So, Gunnar, are you going for David Luiz?
Definitely David Luiz, 100%.
Right, so David Luiz definitely
amazing.
is in Team of the Week.
I probably won't go Webster. I think I'd maybe say... Oh, who was it now from Villa? Konsa.
Mings or Konsa, one of the two. They had quite a good game.
Konsa was good. The way that he kept Calvert-Lewin outside the box. He just consistently pushed him out the box. But it's a kind of a toss-up, really, because centre-backs wise, you know, a lot of centre-backs they were just good. They just did their job. There wasn't particularly any like outstanding performances, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I hear that. I'm gonna go for Webster anyway. So this time my vote actually does matter. But I'm going Adam Webster. That is my vote. Oh God. Dizzy saying Luke, but don't mind me. I just like making people angry.
Yeah, he does.
Wolf saying if Manchester United get Kane, Jadon Sancho, and Declan Rice, it's over. Where's your centre back? Where's the centre back?
Yeah, you still got
Dizzy,
Harry
make me angry, Biatch. Oh dear. Vel saying Salisu is a young centre back. Came on when they went down. Went 10 men. Did well against Leicester's attack. Yeah, there was a shout for him, but we've gone for Adam Webster and David Luiz. Dizzy saying Luiz and Silva. But who's left back? Who's left back of the week?
I'm tempted to go. Both of my choices played against each other. Matty Targett and Luca Dean from Everton. I thought he was actually quite good. He's a very prominent threat down Everton's left-hand side. He has a very good cross on him. He's good from set pieces. You know, he's comfortable defensively. But at the same time, I thought Targett just didn't. The reason I'm going to go with Dean is because Targett just didn't have as much to do. I didn't think Everton were a massive threat down the left-hand side. Yeah. The reason being for that is because they employ Alex Iwobi. So there's your answer. So I'm gonna go Digne or Dean or well, I don't even know. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Dizzy saying I'm gonna ignore that. But Guna, who's your choice for left back?
Yeah, Luca Dean. Defensively he was quite good. Obviously, attacking wise he wasn't the best, but like Luke said, you've got Alex Iwobi in front of you, there's not much else you can do really.
I'm just trying to work out how to spell his name now.
Digne.
There we go.
Digne.
Got it.
And he got the assist as well, to be fair. So
I'm just going to say that my vote for right wing, as always, is going to be Mason Greenwood. It will happen. Even though he didn't play, I've always voted. Mason Greenwood has been voted by me every single week, so I'm going to keep that going. I'm just going to say that before everyone screams at me. Vel saying not Tierney.
Not Robertson either.
Wolf saying Luke AFC over Graham Souness. I like Luke's opinions. No,
listen, that's a compliment, yeah, but it's not hard to be better than Graham Souness.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
So who are we going for DM?
DM, that's a hard. Oh, I'm actually gonna go for Rodri. I thought Rodri was actually very good against Palace.
At least it ain't gonna be fucking whatever. You Kozlu or whoever. Tom.
Oh yeah, Genie loves you Kozlu. I'm tempted to go for El Neni just because he scored. Just because he scored a goal and I love him.
I do love a bit of El Neni.
I love El Neni. I don't know. I don't think he's a brilliant footballer, but you just.
Do you know what? His celebration was beautiful. It's the same one he does every single time. He doesn't score much, so he just keeps it simple.
Yeah,
he looks so happy. He looked so happy when he scored. Fuck it, I'm going El Neni.
I'm going El Neni as well.
Hey,
I don't even care.
2 votes for El Neni.
I just love
another name.
He's so wholesome.
There we go. I've got him. El Neni. Right. Who are our two? Val saying Robertson is clear of Tierney.
No.
Got a feeling this Wolf account is Luke's burner account.
I'm literally here. I'm not typing nothing, so.
Mohamed El Messi gets in. Yeah, I mean, that's a shout. But central midfield, who are we going for?
I can't think. This is hard. Pogba masterclass against Liverpool, though. Let's not ignore that on Sunday. I'm tempted to go for Højbjerg, even though he's more of a DM, but he was actually all right. Mason Mount, actually, for his just sort of Elvishan's comment, he had
That's
that
a shout.
just for the assist as well. That touch was so beautiful.
I'm gonna go for Mount. So are we all in agreement with Mount?
Mount and Havertz for me.
Havertz played as a striker. Played in that false 9 position.
I think you're going to say he was going to go down the middle anyway. But if you can't say Havertz, yeah, I agree with Mount, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, Mount and Tielemans.
Tielemans is a shout.
I like Tielemans a lot, and he's just a very good player. He's very underrated, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see enough people speak about, like
Harry Winks.
Very consistent. The day Harry Winks gets
Harry Winks.
The day Harry Winks gets into a team of the week is the day I lose faith in humanity. That's what I'm gonna say.
Bell's saying, nah, not Tielemans. He wasn't good.
I'd say
he was brilliant. It's Tielemans or Rodri, I guess.
Well, we can all agree it wasn't Gilmore because he's crap.
Did De Bruyne play this weekend? Oh,
I don't think he did.
Pascal Gross could be a shout, or Ward-Prowse, because they both got goals.
I'm happy to give it to Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, I'm going to say Grouse.
And I'm going to say Ward. I'm going to say Ward-Prowse. So it's not Brexit FC this week. So we've got a
good Burnley players on in it. No Chris Wood hat trick this week.
No. Left wing.
El Ghazi.
Yeah, I'll go with El Ghazi.
I mean, I was going to say Son because he got a goal and assist, but Sheffield United tax kind of takes that away from him.
How the hell do you spell Ghazi?
Ghazi.
That's how you spell it.
I'm tempted just to not vote Bale just because he only scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United.
Right wing, I'm going to kick us off and say Mason Greenwood. What about you two? Could you just imagine the pure shithousery if Mason Greenwood did actually get in? Do you know how triggered our group chat will be if Greenwood got in? Can someone just vote Greenwood? Because I just want to see how triggered.
I would vote Greenwood, yeah, but I just want to say Willian just because it was just
Willian. I'm going Willian.
Do you want to? I just want to say Greenwood. I just want to say Greenwood because do you know how triggered me and Luke are going to be sat there watching the fire burning because there's going to be so much rage put in.
I think the thing is, I think Genie will probably be more annoyed about No Yakuslu. That's what I think he'll be upset about.
Hey, he was offered to come on, but he said no LFC, so no point. But now I genuinely, I'm going Greenwood because I really want to see this group chat descending.
I'm saying Willian. I don't even care.
Complete and utter.
It's the Arsenal fans dominate this fucking vote.
Yeah,
so I'm saying Willian. I'm saying
Willian. Willian getting in. I mean, I'm all right with Willian. I was always going Greenwood because do you know? I'm gonna do Greenwood and then I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna wait to see if they get triggered by it, and then I'm gonna upload the one with Willian. So I'm gonna do both. That is actually I'm gonna just quickly put Greenwood in there now. Then Luke, you need to take a picture, put it in the group chat. And then once you've done that, I will then take out Greenwood and put Willian in. That is how we'll do it. We've sorted it.
This is going to upset a lot of people.
There's only one option for other than a striker. There's only one option. The guy who scored the bicycle kick in the Stretford end. That's it. That's the only option.
I don't know how I get him on create formation, but I'll give it a go. Bale, Havertz, Martinelli. Yes, I'm biased. Martinelli didn't get in, but I thought El Ghazi was great.
Why is William
saying Icelandic girls for Greenwood?
Oh, God.
Nah, Luke, you tried to get Thomas Partey because of the assist against Sheffield United.
No, the reason I tried to get Partey in is because he had a good game, but he didn't get in. So,
hey, Dizzy, you need to stop mucking it, bro. Stop mucking it.
You're the coolest Arsenal fans I've seen.
Yeah,
I
agree.
That. Who the hell is Thomas?
Why is William there?
Why is William
William's an
here?
absolute tank.
Because there's 2 Arsenal fans and I've been outvoted, but Mason Greenwood's going in just to start with, just to trigger our group chat. So who is our striker? Who is striker?
I love how he's objecting to Willian, but he's completely ignoring the fact Niall voted for Mason Greenwood to even play. What is happening? Who goes striker?
I'm still going the guy who scored the bicycle kick. It was such a finish. Like doing that in the old Trafford, that's like one of a kind.
Jesus Christ. Actually, fuck it. So am I. I'm actually. We've done it. So 2 of us have voted for the guy who did the bicycle kick in the Stretford end.
Well, seeing as my vote doesn't count anyway, I'm just going to vote Aubameyang then.
Do you know what? I'm going to take out Greenwood at right wing, put in William. Luke knows what I'm doing. Mason Greenwood going up top because I don't actually have the guy who scored the goal in the Stretford end. This is absolutely brilliant. This is brilliant. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. I'm just going to add this into the stream now so that everyone can see in God's name what we've done.
That we've created.
I'm so in.
I can't believe we've managed to get. I can't believe we've managed to get Willian and Matt Ryan.
The link's in the description, Velv. Yeah, if you want to come on, talk what you want to talk. It's in the description.
I mean, realistically, anything you vote, it probably won't change anything. I mean, unless he said he's going to come on and put Greenwood. To be fair, but I mean, Greenwood's already in the team.
Actually, I will just come on and put Greenwood. It's okay. What I've done is because I don't have the guy who scored the bicycle kick in the Stretford end, I've put Mason Greenwood in there. Just because that is gonna. Oh my god! Our group chat is gonna be absolutely ripping. Cavani. Oh wait, that was Europa League. Never mind.
Oh god.
Bruv, what is this front three? But we've got our team of the week sorted. Wait till Luke puts this in the group chat.
I forgot how many got in.
Oh,
I forgot how many.
By the way, yeah. You know when we were trying to figure out who was on the Nexus account, it wasn't Prime because he's just said that under Tuchel, Tammy Abraham has been the worst player. So it was definitely Will. It was definitely
Will there chucking smoke. But what does everyone make of our team of the week? Matty Ryan in goal, Sergio Aurier right back, David Luiz and Webster at centre back with Lucas Digne at left back. Lucas posted it. This is great. El Nelly at DM with Mason Mount and James Ward-Prowse in central midfield with William and El Ghazi and Mason Greenwood / guy who scored bicycle kick in the Stratford end yesterday against Liverpool. The Liverpool players was too afraid to deal with that bicycle kick, so Mason Greenwood gets in and I'm gonna be fearing for my life. But Luke, what do you make of whatever we've just created?
Listen, I've got El Neni in there, I've got Willian in there, and we've got Louise and Ryan in there. So 4 Arsenal players in there. So I'm pretty happy. And there's no Gareth Bale who scored a hat-trick, but we managed to get Willian in. So I'm happy. Absolutely no complaints.
What about you, Guna? What do you think of it?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any way you can argue, especially the front three. Obviously, Willian, so good against Newcastle, and again that goal has to be one of the best Premier League goals ever. You know, the way that the bicycle kick straight over the goalkeeper, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Sauls has got a couple of complaints by the looks of it for this. What have we got here? We've got Wolf saying my top front three: Rashford, Kane, Sancho soon. Get rid of Willian and put Bale or Havertz. Oh shit, we've missed Kai Havertz. Oh my god.
Doesn't matter because we've got the bloke who scored the bicycle at the end.
Yeah, I'm just tweeting that out. No Bale, hello 911. I'd like to report a crime. This is the ugliest team I've ever seen in my life. Vel saying justice for Bale. I mean, it was Sheffield United. But I'm tweeting this out now. Our team of the week. But we need best player of the week out of all of them players. So who's our player of the week?
The striker.
Mason, I'm gonna try and like limit the amount of abuse I'm gonna get for this awful team. I'm just gonna go Mason Mount. He's the only player in there that could have a genuine shout at player of the week.
Nah, player of the week on a serious has to go to David Luiz in that team. For me, anyway.
Well, I mean, most of the people that would get player of the week
aren't in there.
Yeah, Bale's not in there. Havertz isn't in there. I don't even know who else was supposed to be in there that we didn't pick.
This is just to any Chelsea and Tottenham fans that are going to be salty. This is what happens when two Arsenal fans are allowed to pick the team of the week.
And to be fair, I didn't bother asking any Chelsea fans because they had a match reaction, and I'm chilled with a couple of Arsenal fans over the weekend because they had we had Formula One and then United decided to do a madness. But I'm giving my player of the week to the guy who scored the bicycle kick in the Stretford end. He is my team. He is my player of the week. Luke, you've gone for Mount, and Guna, who are you going for?
Yeah, the guy who's got the goal in the Stretford end.
Player of the week is the guy who scored the bicycle kick in the Stretford end. Oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And worst player of the week. I'm giving mine to Souness.
Worst player of the week. Wow. Fabian Schär, just because he came on for about 10 minutes and got fucking sent off. No Arsenal players should get player of the week. Yeah, they didn't. Don't worry.
we gave it to the guy who did the bicycle kick in the Stretford end. Wolf saying Jesse Lingard. He won in. I think he's on about team of the week there. Dizzy saying Bale was horrible. I mean, I do hear that.
I mean, as well, Mikel Antonio has a shout to get in the team of the week. He scored twice.
Yeah, but
shit happens, doesn't it? Shit happens.
Chris Wood scored as well. Oh my god.
We've got the guy who scored the bicycle kick in the Stretford end, so we don't need to worry about that.
Worst player has to go to Fabian Schär, though. That guy's an absolute mug.
Absolute mug is what he's been called, which I do hear was a bit of a dangerous tackle. I'm not even looking in the group chat yet because I know I'm getting abused.
Ross said, I want to take this group chat seriously. Also, no, I'll put Greenwood in the team.
Wait till he sees the tweet that's about to go out right now on why Mason Greenwood is in team of the week. Because actually, team of the week, it is the guy who scored the goal in the Stretford end, bicycle kick. We've not seen that at Old Trafford ever. Fabian Schär, worst player of the week, Fabian Schär. There we go. Team of the week is sorted. I have tweeted that out. I am now going to get a lot of abuse. So much abuse is coming my way. I'm aware of this. I am ready for this, and I'm going to get hurt. But just want to make sure. Yeah, I did post it. I'm gonna share that into the group chat. I'm gonna send that via. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But before we go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Arsenal show 9 p.m. Plenty to talk about there. But before we do go, as I said, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Wolf saying Bale was horrible. Yep, you are a clown. Dance for me. Oh my god.
Wow, fighting talk in the chat.
Wow. We're about to that's about to get hurt. But Guna, where can they find you, mate? Where can they find you?
On Twitter and Instagram at Guna Express _, and then on YouTube, the Guna Express.
100%. And Luke, where can they find you?
At Luke AFC on Twitter. And that's it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just fighting back with Ross. The Stretford and there we go. I'm gonna come off and get absolutely abused in that group chat. They are so easily triggered. That's all I'm gonna say.
I just want to see
they are so easily triggered. And there was no Ukoslu this week. Dizzy saying ignoring that, and Wolf saying I am a weak bitch. Oh, there's a lot of fighting. Professor saying sorry not being able to join tonight. Can join if there's time. We're just wrapping up, I'm afraid. We are just wrapping up. But as I said, team of the week sorted, absolutely sorted. And I'm ignoring that group chat anyway. But the good news is we've got some more Liverpool fans, a new panel coming on Friday for the Liverpool show, which is exciting. That is going to be a good one. Plenty of work going into that. So please do make sure you check that out. As I said, Arsenal show back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Plenty to talk about, obviously previewing the big game against Villarreal, against Good Evening as well. So that'll be an interesting one. But until then, thanks for watching. Enjoy the comments you're going to be fighting for quite some time. And don't forget, the guy who scored the goal in the Stretford end, the bicycle kick, he got into team of the week. Until next time, thanks for watching.